A submarine hull, built from solid steel, will crumple like a soda can at the bottom of the ocean. And yet down there, in total darkness, under pressure that would kill you in an instant, life doesn't just survive. It thrives, in forms stranger than almost anything found on land. At sea level, you're under about 1 atmosphere of pressure, pressing evenly on your body every second of your life without you ever noticing it. Descend to the deepest point in the ocean. The Challenger Deep, nearly 7 miles down, and that number jumps to over 1,000 atmospheres. That's the equivalent of 50 jumbo jets stacked directly on top of your body, all at once, with nowhere for that force to go. A human body exposed to that pressure unprotected wouldn't just be crushed, it would be gone in a fraction of a second. So how does anything survive down there, let alone thrive? The first trick is almost stupidly simple. Don't fight the pressure, match it from the inside out. It sounds too easy to actually work, and yet it's the exact reason an entire ecosystem exists in a place that should, by every intuition we have, be completely lifeless. Most deep-sea creatures have no air pockets in their bodies at all. No lungs, no swim bladders, nothing that pressure can crush, because pressure only destroys things that have empty space inside them to collapse into. Their bodies are made almost entirely of water and flexible tissue, and water, unlike air, doesn't compress under pressure. So the crushing force pressing in from outside is matched almost perfectly by the same pressure pressing back out from inside. Take the anglerfish, one of the most recognizable deep-sea creatures thanks to countless viral photos. That terrifying face you've seen online? It's built from soft cartilage instead of rigid bone, letting its entire skull flex under pressure instead of shattering outright. And that glowing lure dangling from its head isn't just for show, it's bioluminescence, a chemical reaction some deep-sea creatures produce internally to create their own light in a world where sunlight never reaches, not even a trace of it. Then there's the giant squid. A creature so elusive it was considered a myth for centuries, blamed for legends of sea monsters dragging ships beneath the waves. It wasn't even filmed alive in its natural habitat until 2012. Giant squid have the largest eyes of any animal on Earth, roughly the size of a dinner plate, an adaptation built specifically to catch the faintest traces of light or the glow of a predator like a sperm whale in near total darkness. Go even deeper, down to the hydrothermal vents scattered across the ocean floor, and you'll find giant tube worms living directly beside water hot enough to melt lead, just inches away from near freezing surrounding ocean water. They have no mouth, no stomach, no digestive system at all. Instead, they host bacteria living inside their own bodies that convert toxic chemicals spewing from the vents into usable energy, a completely alien way of staying alive that has no real equivalent on land. Nearby, giant isopods, essentially enormous pill bugs the size of a house cat, survive this brutal environment by doing almost nothing at all. Their metabolism runs so slowly that some individuals have been recorded surviving over 5 years without eating a single meal. Even stranger is the Yeti crab, discovered only in 2005, covered head to claw and pale, silky hair like bristles. It actually farms bacteria on its own arms, waving them near the vents to cultivate its own food supply, then eating the bacteria straight off its body. Then there's the barrel-eye fish, one of the strangest looking creatures in the entire ocean. Its head is almost completely transparent, like a glass dome, letting its tube-shaped eyes rotate inside its skull to stare straight upward and spot faint silhouettes of prey passing overhead. Sea spiders down here grow far larger than their shallow water relatives, some with leg spans over 2 feet across, in a phenomenon scientists call deep-sea gigantism. Cold temperatures and high pressure somehow allow certain species to grow to enormous sizes compared to their surface-dwelling cousins. And down at nearly 8,000 meters, deeper than almost anything with a spine can survive, scientists found the Mariana snailfish, the deepest living fish ever recorded. Its body is soft, almost gelatinous, and completely lacking the swim bladder that would kill it at that depth. Even mammals make it down here, against all odds, creatures that technically shouldn't belong at these depths at all, since they evolved on land millions of years before ever returning to the sea. Sperm whales dive over 2,000 meters chasing giant squid in complete darkness, and their bodies do something remarkable to survive both the crushing pressure and the extreme depth. Their rib cage is flexible enough to fully collapse under pressure without breaking, and their lungs empty out almost completely before a deep dive begins. Counterintuitively, having less air inside to compress means there's far less air that can actually hurt them on the way down. Their blood and muscles also store oxygen directly within specialized proteins, letting them function for over an hour even when they're not actively breathing air from their lungs at all during the dive. Now compare all of that to us. Human divers going even moderately deep face a very real danger called decompression sickness, more commonly known as the bends, where gas bubbles form inside the blood if you surface too quickly after a dive. Humans didn't reach the deepest point on Earth until 1960, when a small crew descended nearly 7 miles in a vessel called the Bathyscaphe Trieste, a trip that took almost 5 hours just to get to the bottom, and only minutes there before the return. To this day, fewer people have visited the Challenger Deep than have walked on the surface of the Moon. Even fully equipped research submersibles have to be engineered with incredibly thick titanium hulls, tested to extreme tolerances, just to survive a single trip to these depths, and the risks of getting any part of that engineering wrong are severe and unforgiving. Every viewport, every seal, every weld has to hold against a force that never lets up, not for a single second of the descent. It's a sobering reminder of just how extreme this environment really is. Humans require millions of dollars of precision engineering to survive briefly what these creatures manage to do effortlessly, permanently, generation after generation. So why does any of this matter beyond being deep-sea trivia? Scientists are now actively studying deep-sea organisms for medical research, from pressure-resistant enzymes to potential new antibiotic compounds found absolutely nowhere else on Earth. Some deep-sea bacteria produce unique compounds that are already being tested for use in cancer treatment and industrial manufacturing, because surviving these extremes required evolving entirely new chemistry unlike anything that exists on the surface. Researchers even have a name for organisms that don't just tolerate high pressure but actually require it to survive: piezophiles. Bring one up to the surface too quickly, and the drop in pressure alone can be enough to kill it, the exact opposite problem a human diver faces. Researchers even have a name for organisms that don't just tolerate high pressure but actually require it to survive: piezophiles. Bring one up to the surface too quickly, and the drop in pressure alone can be enough to kill it, the exact opposite problem a human diver faces. Modern ocean exploration is starting to change fast, though. Autonomous robotic submersibles, controlled remotely from ships on the surface, are now mapping parts of the seafloor that no human has ever laid eyes on, sending back footage of creatures scientists haven't even named yet. Some of these robotic explorers can withstand the same crushing pressure as the animals they're studying, using pressure-tolerant housings inspired directly by the biology of deep-sea creatures, nature's engineering, borrowed and repurposed by our own. Here's a fact that puts it all in perspective: we've mapped more of the surface of Mars, a planet millions of miles away, than we have of our own ocean floor, sitting right here beneath us. The deepest, most extreme parts of our own planet remain almost completely unexplored to this day, despite being far closer and, in theory, far easier to reach than outer space. Every single expedition down there still finds new species, creatures perfectly adapted to a world of crushing pressure, total darkness, and near freezing cold, thriving in conditions that would kill almost anything else on Earth within seconds. It's proof that life doesn't need comfort to survive. It just needs enough time, and enough pressure, to adapt to literally anything the environment throws at it. Somewhere down there, right now, in a place no human eye has ever seen, something is surviving conditions that sound almost impossible to believe. If you found this as fascinating as I did, subscribe. I break down how life survives the impossible, one extreme environment at a time.